Toad lily, agroplants.org, also known as toad lilies, or Tricyrtis. So this hibiscus graphite, it's a perennial evergreen. It's used as ornamental for the beautiful flowers, one of my favorite flowers. And it's also you can use as a cut flower and ground cover. It's not the classic ground cover, but if you let it grow, it will cover a lot of place. Uh, so, if you would like to grow these beautiful flowers, there is a link below, link in the right top side, and if you purchase it, this is donation for this channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe, it's really helpful for this channel to grow, and this is super important. Okay, so it can grow in a variety of climate. Usually it's a temperate plant, but can also grow in the subtropical and Mediterranean. Except this, it can grow as a houseplant. It's a great houseplant for the reason that it's really like deep shade and grow in hardiness zone from 5 to 10. In the hardiness zone of 10B, will need a lot of help. I grow it in 10B. The leaves are green mostly. It can be variegate, green with white or yellow. It's usually the toad lily samurai or autumn glow. The flowers usually it's white with purple dots, but can be white and blue or yellow, and also with red dots. There are 6 petals. It's like star in star. It's like a inside flower. So look deeply and you will see it. It's beautiful. Okay, so how to grow it? So require cool weather, moist soil, rich soil, and high humidity. And if you give all of this, and you have really hot summer like here, it will really suffer in the hot summer, but it really can grow. Here it's, by the way, hardiness zone between 10B to 11A. Okay, so how to care this plant? So usually need to support at least the side plant. The one in the middle, they hold each other, so there isn't a problem. If you want to make it regrow, you can you can start to grow it by seeds, plant rhizomes, or just cutting or bending a branch over and cover it, like clean it on the soil and just cover it with the soil. If you put it in water, it's possible. It's not very hard. You just switch water every few days. It succeeds, but not always. If you choose to grow it in the soil, better peat soil with moist, high humidity, and also consider growth hormone. Except this planting season will be from the spring to the summer in hardiness zone from 4 to 7, spring to the autumn in hardiness zone from 8 to 9, and in hardiness zone of 10A it will be from spring to the autumn. But if the summer is too much hot, don't plant it in the summer. In a hardiness zone of 10B, it can be only in the autumn or in the spring. Except this, when you plant the rhizomes, be aware that it's a little bit less, because not every season. I try to say that if you purge the rhizomes outside of the time, probably they are dead and someone sold you like dead plant. This is the situation. It's happened already to me. So how to plant it? Mostly you need a bigger hole than the root ball, at least 200% or something like really, really bigger. Put in the soil organic matter, dead leaves, humus, compost, mix it all together with the soil. Just make a new hole after you cover it and put the plant. And don't forget to water it for the next 2 weeks. Give it water. Don't forget this plant like moist and like to grow next to places with a lot of humidity, like a pond or something like this. The height of the plant will be from 40 to 90 centimeters, so it means 16 to 28 inches, and in the right condition it will be a fast growing plant that require average to big amount of water. The light condition will grow in full shade. This is why it's a great houseplant. And in colder climate, let's say hardiness zone of less than 8, can also grow in a little bit exposed for the sun. But if you have really hot summer, don't even try. You can grow it in container. It's really easy. Just remember that every few years, if the container explodes by roots, maybe to increase the size of the container. Also, don't forget to switch the soil every few years, because the soil lose viability. And once the soil lose viability, it's a main problem in containers. It's something that not really happen when you have it directly on the soil. Of course, use organic matter. Consider potting mix or pit soil with perlite. Mix it with, as I said, organic matter. Put some mulch to keep the moist. Okay, so blooming season. It depends the species. It depends where you live, and this is important. So generally, it's bloom from the spring to the autumn. In a hotter climate like mine, it's only in the autumn, as far as I saw it. Usually, even in colder climate like hardiness zone of 10A and 9B, I only saw it bloom in the autumn. But I know that it's also bloom in other seasons, so maybe it depends the species. If you want to sow it, use fresh seeds, a lot of light, moist soil, and better to have temperature of 16 to 21 Celsius, so it means 60 to 70 Fahrenheit. Better to keep the seeds in refrigerate, possible to put with pit soil or just to put in a paper bag. Sowing season will be, or the best will be or the spring or the autumn, but if it's not too much cold, so it's possible in the winter, and if it's not too much hot, it's also possible in the summer. But you have the temperatures that I gave you, that it's 16 to 21. Will be the best germination chance. If not, there is a chance that it will, let's say, won't germinate. Planting spacing between the plants will be the best in 20 on 20 centimeter. It's been 8 on 8 inches, but possible less. It really can grow. I saw it go crazy. It grows the plants when they are mature. Can be like a few centimeter, like 5 centimeter between each other, and they are all bloom. So there isn't problem. The sowing depth will be from 1 to 2 centimeters. So it's been half to 1 inch. Keep the soil moist, of course. Require average amount of water to big amount of water. It's take between 8 to 4 weeks to germinate. If you plant it in the autumn, might won't germinate until the early spring. So be aware that might take more time. So don't worry about it. And the seeds required to bury them in a cold, as I said, in refrigerator will be the best to keep them before, or just to plant in the autumn and the winter. They will get enough cold, and then they will germinate in the spring. Except this, it's beautiful flowers and not very hard to grow. Probably I suffer a little bit more because it's really hot here, and it's not really cold over the winter, so it might be a real issue here. But if you have the right hardiness zone and the right temperature, it's grow very easy. And of course you can grow it as a houseplant, because when you grow it as a houseplant, it's not really affected by the temperature of outside. So even in very hot climate, you can grow it, because usually at home it's just colder. As I said, that's all from growplants.org. Don't forget to subscribe, visit our website, and of course, if you have any question, just ask. You have here links about more videos, some lists, subscribe, and of course, purchase a plant, and this is donation for our channel. I hope you enjoy, and come visit us again.